Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. What's up, man? What up, everybody, man? So we going live today. We gonna talk about this Bleu Davinci situation, man. Now it seems like I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. I've been watching everything that has to do with all these BMF interviews, right? So you had a guy by the name of J-Bo who was getting interviewed by DJ Vlad. Then you have a guy by the name of Bleu Davinci who's been interviewed by a couple of people out here, right? And it seems like, man, these interviews have been interesting as far as the BMF experience and how we saw it as outsiders looking in, right? Now, I see a lot of people joining in, man. Make sure you shout out your city. I'll make sure to shout y'all out early. But, man, let's get to it, man. So the crazy part about this is a lot of people are talking about Bleu Davinci. Now, Bleu Davinci was a rapper in his own right. Back in the early 2000s, he was rolling with BMF and everything seemed on the up and up and everything seemed like they was really going to make it in the rap game, right? Little did he know, or according to him, little did he know, there's some debate on if he knew or not, BMF was being funded by a multi-level drug operation, man, that Big Meech, Southwest T, J-Bo, and some other people went to jail for a very long time, man. Now, the way that Bleu Davinci tells the story is a little different than the way that everybody else tells the story. So it's got a lot of people out here looking at him sideways, man, thinking that Bleu Davinci might be a snitch. So, man, that is a crazy situation to be in as a rap artist because traditionally, rap doesn't like snitches. Let's be real about it, man. Now, you can say what you want, but right now, even today, man, people don't like a hypocrite. And I think that's the biggest part of this whole no snitching thing or this whole snitching thing, right? Is the fact that, if you profess to be one thing, don't stray from that. And Bleu Davinci has been put under the fire. Now, he's got a recent interview with Cam Capone that's been going viral each clip. Only because people really are trying to see if they can find out if Bleu Davinci is a snitch or not. Was he telling on the fam or not? You know what I mean? And it's got to the point where, I don't know, man. Most people are stuck in between, like, man, they can't figure it out.
Bruh.
Now, there's times that Bleu Davinci comes off and he feels like he's preaching too much. Like he's trying to say too much that he's not a snitch. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's a weird situation. I'll say that much. Now, also what I want to talk about today is that Ja Morant situation, right? So Ja Morant, NBA super talent. I mean, one of the best players in the league. That boy be flying, right? But for some reason, he has an infatuation with the street life. You know what I mean? And for some reason, it seems like Ja Morant likes being around gangsters and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Oddly as that may seem for a guy with a $200 million contract, right? And we're going to talk about Charleston White's response to all the drama behind that. Now, for this time being, man, let me holler at my folks, man. It's been a little while since we went live, so let me give y'all some shout-outs. You know I am not tripping. So who we got in the building, man? Who we got in here today, man? Where y'all at? Okay, we got Charlotte in the building. What up, Ziggy Zai? What up, man? We got Jamaica in the house. What's up, man? Krieger Bailey, I always see you up in here. What's up? Who's it? Who's Quarto? What's up, man? I know that name, you know what I mean? Hopefully I pronounced it right this time. What's up? DJ Scammer in the building. What up, DJ Scammer, man? Wait, yo, hold up. So all my repeats who always come in here and show love, man. What's up? What up? What up, Tampa, Florida? What up? Kansas City in the house. What's up, Kansas City? What up? Pompano Beach, Florida. What up? Pompano Beach. Now, that's the Miami area, right? I want to get that right? Because I done been to Tampa, I done been to Miami, I done been to all that. You know what I'm saying? All right, what up? You said Pompano back up in this, tapping in. Vallejo, California. What's up, Vallejo, man? I got to give a shout out to Vallejo, man. Hold up, man. Vallejo, California, the house of E40, man. I feel you. Mississippi in the house. What's up? San Francisco in the house. What's up? Who else we got in the house? Don't be shy. It's a little bit of us up in here. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to get our thing. We trying to do our thing. You know what I'm saying? 315 in the building. Where's the 315? Somebody let me know what area code that is, man. What's the 315? Eh? Let's see. Let's see. Who else we got in the building, man? Let's see. Let's see. DC, what's up, man? Rocco's Future Kennels, I see you. Southeast DC, what's up? What up? Oh, you said, bro, I said Pacoima, not Pompano. Okay, my bad. The whole different side of the country. What's up, Pacoima Park and man, let me not, yeah, you already know what it is, Cool Sense. You already know, man. I know LA, I know the Valley, I know, you know what I mean? Houston in the building. What's up, man? What up, Houston? All right, Cool Sense, chill. Syracuse in the building. What's up, Syracuse? Houston, Texas, what's up, H-Town, man? That is the number one party spot last summer, right? People stopped going to Atlanta. They were going to more people were going to Houston than were going to Atlanta traditionally, you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Like Houston somehow became the party place last year, you know what I mean? Haines City, Florida, what's up? The 863. My bad. But yo, everybody in here right now, I need your help. We don't go live often, so, the algorithm is going to act funky about that, right? The part of it that you can control and help with is to hit that like button. So everybody in here right now, hit that like button, run them likes up. You know what I mean? Wilmington, Delaware in the house. What's up? Haines City, Florida, 863. I see you. Syracuse in the Syracuse is the 315. I was trying to figure out what the 315 was. You know what I'm saying? What up? New Orleans in here. What up, New Orleans? What up? Like I said, I don't go live that much anymore. What up, New Orleans? I see you. What is that? J9 New Orleans. YouTube J9 New Orleans. I see you with the rocket ships. I'm going to give you a blast off. We up in here, yeah? Pompano Beach, Florida, exit 36. Kodak Black, Lamar Jackson. A lot of football talent coming from there. A lot of rappers coming from there. You know what I mean? Hit that like button. Listen to He Borrow Seasons, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's go. All right, man. So let's do what we do. Let's get into the business, right? Now, first off, I want to talk about this whole Bleu Davinci situation, right? Hold on. We got some more people who need some shouting out. Let's do this. What up, Bristol, Tennessee? 423. St. Louis, the 314. I see you. YouTube J9 New Orleans. What's up, New Orleans, man? I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the shout out. Appreciate the rocket ship. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. You know we ain't here today. Yeah? And I know it's early. Usually the lives be at nighttime. But man, I felt like getting into it because a lot of people are discussing these topics. We're going to talk about Boosie. We're going to talk about a lot of things that's going on, man. So we're going to probably run a little long. So, man, sit back, get you a frosty beverage, and chill. You know what I mean? Richmond, California, what up? 423 Bristol, Tennessee, what's up, man? What up? Palm Beach in this. What's up, Palm Beach? Hey, I ain't mad at you with the, what is that? A beachfront emoji? Mississippi, what up? What up, Mississippi? You know what I mean? What up? Hopefully you on the Gulf, you know? Tampa, Florida, what's up? What up, Tampa? I see you. Florence, South Carolina, what's up? What up? I see you, you know what I mean? Everybody in the building today, huh? I feel it. So, man, as you get in here, make sure you hit that like button, man. That's one of the best things that you could do to help support this live. You ain't got to throw no dough. Just make sure you hit that live button, man, so everybody knows that we active. You know what I'm saying? Because we're about to get into it. You know what I mean? Charlotte, North Carolina, Ziggy Zai, I see you, brother. You know what I'm saying? What up, man? Yo, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Yo. Charleston, South Carolina, what's up? What's going on? What up, Charleston? Wilmington, Delaware, hopefully I ain't miss you. If I am, I'm circling back. All right, man. So let's get to the topics. And I'll do some more shout outs, man, in between this. Don't worry, I don't care. Because you know how I get down, man. We get to business. But what I need y'all to do is make sure I hit that like button. You know what I mean? All right, I see you. Okay, so let's talk about Bleu Davinci, right? So Bleu Davinci, for the most part, man, has been caught up out here in a lot of internet talk and gossip because of what's going on with the BMF case, or what happened with the BMF case, right? Now, for the most part, Bleu Davinci is one of those guys who kind of faded into the background. I know he has a relationship with DJ Vlad, and he has his own story about what happened with BMF. Now, it seems like everything started to go awry when Bleu Davinci caught wind of the fact that Starz Network and 50 Cent were working on a BMF TV show, right? Now, when that was brought to public knowledge, it seems like that's when all the things about Bleu Davinci came to light. You had people calling him a snitch. You had other people coming out who were allegedly involved with BMF, a guy by the name of Sosa. And I will admit, I watch all of this BMF stuff, dog. Like, and this is why. Y'all can hold me on this or whatnot, right? Back when BMF was starting to be talked about, when they were actually in the Source magazine where they had the cover, and shout out to the Source magazine, I see y'all. Yo, when they had the write-up in the Source magazine, you had J-Bo, Bleu Davinci, Big Meech, everybody in there. When you had that going on, I mean, it was a time when everybody was focused on hip-hop media, you know what I'm saying? So there's an imprint there, right? And during that time, you would have thought that BMF was a straight-up rap label, the way that they were being paraded around media, you know what I mean? Hip-hop media. I think even Ozone did something about them or whatnot, you know what I mean? But the crazy part about this is everybody now understands there was a darker, sinister, more sinister side to what was going on with BMF. They had a criminal organization funding everything. And the stories about what they did are legendary. Like, to this day, the stories about what BMF did are legendary, to be real with you, bruh. Like, talking about people talking their raps about, okay, yeah, we bought out the club, or we bought out all the bottles. Nah, what BMF was doing, they was legit basically taking over any club that they went to, no matter what city, no matter what state, and making it buying every bottle in as that's possible to buy, even paying money to make sure that the club stays open later, dog. Like, they were showing a side of wealth that few people in the hip-hop community had ever seen. I don't care who you are. Nowadays, yeah, Jay-Z's a billionaire, Dr. Dre's a billionaire, Puffy's a billionaire, Rihanna's a billionaire, you got Kanye is something, I don't know. But before then, some street dudes doing what BMF is doing, never heard of. You know what I'm saying? And to come and find out that money was coming from the drug trade, it's crazy, man.
Bruh.
You know what I mean? Like, people came to find out that BMF, all that balling, they were basically feeding the streets of Atlanta for years. You know what I'm saying? Buying out every shaker club, everything, you know what I'm saying? And it was all on allegedly on drug money, you know what I'm saying? Man, I hate to say allegedly because, I mean, let's be for real. They've already been brought up on these charges, TV show depicting it, all that. But Bleu Davinci got on everybody's radar back then because of some things he was doing as far as hip-hop, like Smack DVDs and things of that nature, right? But now he's come to it's been brought up again because a lot of these BMF guys are getting out of jail. You had the guy Dexter Sosa, did an interview with Vlad, I want to say a year or maybe 2 years ago, and he wasn't a fan of Bleu Davinci. He basically put it out there that he thought that Bleu Davinci was snitching or had snitched on them and was a part of the reason why he did so much time. Now, rewind maybe a week ago, or the last couple of weeks. You have a guy by the name of J-Bo. Now, J-Bo was one of the guys who was touted by BMF as one of the top dudes. When they did their advertisements and all that stuff, and what's crazy, bro, I gotta talk about this. Them being a criminal organization and putting out billboards and stuff like that in Atlanta was a little ridiculous. Let's be real, man. Why in the world would you want that much light on you? You know what I mean? And to be real, J-Bo was one of those guys who was front and center. He wasn't a rapper or anything. His name J-Bo is short for Junior Boss, I guess. But what's bringing this up recently is the fact that 50 Cent has this TV show on Stars by the name of BMF. And BMF on Stars is a really good show, bruh. I love this show. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good show. I can't wait till we get to Atlanta or to at least to LA. You know what I'm saying? But it starts because of Big Meech's age and Southwest T's age. It starts, I want to say, like in the late 80s or early 80s or something like that. So we're going to eventually work our way into being in Atlanta and work our way to being in LA and stuff in those chapters of BMF. But right now, they're focused on the early days. And Bleu Davinci, he's been vocal about the fact that he's worried about how he's going to be depicted. And since day one, he's had something to say about that. So, man, let's actually look at... Not that one, that one. There you go. Let's look at this right here. So, Bleu Davinci talking.
That ain't sold one dime rock in the park. They ain't finna be able to use my name in that motherfucker. They gonna have to use somebody else's name and they gonna have to guess. Or it's gonna be the person that's making everything happen. That'll probably be me. And that's when it gets to the BMF part. Everything else, it's really Big Meech's life story. So they're gonna see Big Meech as a young dude or whatever. It should be a great program. One thing I can say about 50 Cent is that man puts together some great...
Now, right there, he's giving 50 Cent some props. I'm going to be for real. He is.
For us to sit down and watch after we done got money all day. And we can go sit and watch Power or BMF. Only thing I'm saying is if they handle my name wrong, everybody already know. I'm coming to see you. So now, play with it if y'all want. The writers, the producers, the directors, the executive producer, everybody. Play with my name. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all play with my name, it's up, period. And there will be no more shooting that. There will be no more filming that. I'm going to try to find a way to up everything about it if you play with my name. Now, as soon as I get the first report, hey, bro, they over here playing with your name, I'm coming. Just already know. Have your security beefed up, all the police, how you run around and with, and all that. I have all that. I'm going to give it to them too. I ain't finna play with my name. I'm going to go all the way out by my name. My kids not finna go through life with people playing with my name. That's a wrap. So, cause zip that up. If that was your plan, zip that up, come with another plan. If not, you already know what's up. Get ready, be ready. Everybody with you that know me, everybody already know what time it is. Nigga, I ain't doing no plan. They doing the BMF TV show, so what?
Now, so you heard a part of that, and I'm gonna play some more of that. Bleu Davinci was basically saying like, yo, when it comes to this BMF situation, don't be playing with my name. He's been clear about the fact that he doesn't want to be depicted as a snitch. He doesn't want to be depicted as something that he says he isn't. He wants everybody to look at him in the light that he sees himself. And to be real, that doesn't make for good TV all the time. Yeah, he might be speaking out and talking this and that, but when it comes to these TV shows, they've got one responsibility. That's to bring viewers in and to make sure that they're selling the best product. And for Bleu Davinci, it seems like he's really worried about how he's depicted. Now, this has a lot of people thinking like, yo, dog, you so worried, it's making us wonder, did you really snitch or not? Like, did you tell or not? You know what I'm saying? And most of the people who are invested in this are like me, not street people. We just love the culture. We love watching these stories play out and things like that. And BMF was such I don't even know what to categorize it as. It was like this myth. Like, yo, we never saw it. Like, I never saw it face to face, but the stories about it are so grandiose that you're like, yo, that is amazing, man. I can't believe some brothers got together and accomplished that, even though it was through illegal means. But, man, let's play a little bit more of this.
I'm dealing with more money than they finna use to create the whole mother TV show.
Now, he said he's dealing with more money than they used to create the TV show. Come on, dog. Let's be for real, bro. Come on, bro.
Bruh.
More money than the budget for a TV network. Okay.
Who gives a and 50 Cent run it out? I don't give 50 Cent ain't got to do with BMF. That ain't sold one dime rock in the park. They ain't finna be able to use my name in that motherfucker. They gonna have to use somebody else's name and they gonna have to guess. Or it's gonna be the person that's making everything happen. That'll probably be me. And that's when it gets to the BMF part. Everything else is really Big Meech's life story. So they're gonna see Big Meech as a young dude or whatever. It should.
Now, I will say this, man. When it comes to Bleu Davinci, I've noticed that he does profess that like he is the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bruh.
and that's no diss, man. Everybody should have that level of confidence. But even in the Cam Capone interview that he's doing, right? He's always like, oh, well, I did the greatest thing ever. I was the greatest thing that happened to Big Meech and them. Without realizing that people do view him as a product or a result of what Big Meech and them did, of what Big Meech and Southwest T did. Like, the fact that Bleu Davinci never really blew as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He was never really on as a rapper. He had some amazing features. He did a song with Fabulous. They featured it, I think, on a Smack DVD. He had some amazing appearances. I think he was even in movies and stuff like that, low-budget movies or whatnot. But, dog, like, you can't be still preaching that you're so grandiose after the train then stopped, after the gravy train then dried up. You feel me what I'm saying? But dude is really, really out here putting his chest out like he's the best thing that ever happened to BMF when BMF is probably the best thing that ever happened to him. But I'll continue.
It'd be a great program. One thing I can say about 50 Cent is that man puts together some great for us to sit down and watch after we didn't got money all day. And we can go sit and watch Power or BMF. Only thing I'm saying is if they handle my name wrong, everybody already know. I'm coming to see you.
Now, that's wild, bro. So he's talking about, I'm going to come and see you and all this. Y'all, oh, stop. Yo, y'all get them likes up, man. Hit that like button. Let's go, man. We don't go live much. And I don't be expecting crazy, results or whatever. This is my opportunity just to talk to y'all on a Sunday and we chilling, man. Hopefully you sipping something, chilling something, or whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're over 21. Man, let me stop, man, with these disclaimers. But, dog, you kind of got a little bit of what I'm saying there, right?
So now, play with it if y'all want. The writers, the producers, the directors, the executive producer, everybody. Y'all play with my name. I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all play with my name, it's up, period. And there will be no more shooting that. There will be no more filming that. I'm going to try to find a way to up everything about it if I play with my name.
Now, some of you might be asking, what exactly is play with my name? Could play with my name be putting in the show some of the rumors out here that Bleu Davinci is a snitch?
Bruh.
I think that's probably what we get on his nerves the most. Now, during his recent interview with Cam Capone, he brought up a different scenario where he was portrayed as something that he's not, right? But I think him being worried about some of the talk out there about him being allegedly an informant or cooperator, you know what I'm saying, against BMF is what's really, really got him upset. I think that is the gist of it. You feel me what I'm saying? And I think that's why he was talking so much about this and keeps talking about this so much in interviews. And to be fair, I think that's why a lot of people interview him to talk about this situation. Now, allegedly, he's a real good friend of Vlad's, or he's a friend of Vlad's, and I haven't seen him come back to combat any of the things that were said. But recently, the guy J-Bo said that, he's the paperwork, that he knows that Bleu Davinci was a snitch because he's the paperwork. He feels like they went to another place or he got shipped to some place in Florida like that, and Bleu Davinci was there, but he couldn't see him. And he was told by the guards and by everybody there that anybody he couldn't see was a cooperator. Like, they couldn't be in the same place as a cooperator. They couldn't be in the same place as a snitch. Dexter Sosa, the guy Dexter Sosa who talked on behalf of BMF, who seems like and I'll say this guy Dexter Sosa, who was interviewed by Vlad, I want to say like last year or something like that, he seems like a pretty squared away guy. You wouldn't even, if you talked to him or seen him, you wouldn't think he was involved in anything illegal. And he was one of the main people involved in the drug trade. You know what I'm saying? So it goes to show that dudes who look professional, like wear suits and stuff like you never know. You never know. But he had some of the same things to say about Bleu Davinci. And, it seems like Bleu Davinci is worried about his legacy looking like that in the future. And that's what I get from it. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
Nah, wrong button. We'll leave it alone. But let's continue.
Now, as soon as I get the first report, hey, bro, they over here playing with your name, I'm coming. Just already know. Have your security beefed up, all the police, how you run around with, and all that. I have all that. I'm going to give it to they too. I ain't finna play with my name. I'm going to go all the way out by my...
Now, in all fairness, Bleu Davinci professes to be a gangbanger, to be involved with a gang, to actually, be a gang member or whatnot like that. So, those threats could
Name
be
my kids.
or alleged threats, because he didn't name anybody specifically. But these things that he's saying could be taken word for word.
I'm gonna go through life with people playing on my name. That's a wrap. So, cause zip that up. If that was your plan, zip that up. Come with another plan. If not, you already know what's up. Get ready. Be ready. Everybody with you that know me. Everybody already know what time it is. Nigga, I ain't doing no plan.
Now, let's look at this other clip, right? So there was another clip where he talked too, and it's some of the same stuff.
For us to sit down and watch after we didn't got money all day. And we can go sit and watch Power or BMF. Only thing I'm saying is if they handle my name wrong, everybody already know. I'm coming to see you. So now, play with it if y'all want. The writers, the producers, the directors, the executive producer, everybody. Y'all play with my name. I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all play with my name, it's up. Period. And there will be no more shooting.
Now, he seems really worried about somebody depicting him in a way that he doesn't feel is favorable. You know what I'm saying? It seems like, man, and I don't know, man. Y'all ever heard the phrase, thou dost protest too much? I don't know, all my Shakespeare people, you know what I'm saying? Thou dost protest too much. In each and every interview, in everything Bleu Davinci does, it seems like he's protesting too much. Like he's like, I ain't snitch, play with my name. You know what I'm saying? It makes people think and feel, and that doesn't mean that he is. It makes people think and feel like, yo, dog, you talking about this so much that maybe you did tell on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
There will be no more filming that. I'm going to try to find a way to up everything about it if I play with my name. Now, as soon as I get the first report, hey, bro, they over here playing with your name, I'm coming. Just already know. Have your security beefed up, all the police, how you run around with, and all that. I have all that. I'm going to give it to they too. I ain't finna play with my name. I'm going to go all the way out by my name. My kids not finna go through life with people playing with my name. That's a wrap. It's to the BMF part. Everything.
Okay. Now, I don't know, man. And maybe I can get in the comment section a little bit on this one, man. Because when it comes to Bleu Davinci for me, I mean, to be honest, to be perfectly honest, I don't know if he was snitching. I can't tell. You know what I'm saying? Number one, I'm not a mind reader. You know what I'm saying? And number two, I don't know if he ever would. He'd probably die with that secret. You know what I'm saying? Because let's think about it. Yeah, you got a lot of people in the rap game right now who are caught out there snitching, right? There's one who's so famous, he even talks about the fact that he was out there snitching, came back, had a hit that he paid for, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? And it's still, I don't know what he is. I don't know what his career is. It's not what it was before, but it's a weird situation to where fans really thinking about how invested they are in this. And I always say this, most people don't care. Like people who go to work every day, drive their car that they bought from their legit job, really don't live any street life or whatever like that. 60% of the people who are rap fans, they don't care about if anybody's a snitch or not. But a large portion do. And people negate that. They forget the fact that, 30 to 40% of people in rap, they do care about that. And as soon as they hear that you're a rat or that you're a snitch, they instantly is like, ugh. I don't know what it is. And I talk to people about this. It's like and what I think it is and what it boils down to is hypocrisy. You being a hypocrite. You professing to be a street dude. You professing I will never tell on the gang. And you do. That's what turns people off. That's the part. Not the whole, we want you to be a criminal and stay a criminal, or we live by these street laws, because the people who think that or would be turned off by that, they don't even live that life. You know what I'm saying? There's a small percentage of people in America who actually live that life. But something does hit when you find out that somebody is a snitch or a rat for a large portion of the fans where they're like, ugh, it's a yuck factor. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Same clips, y'all quick to blame y'all wildin', man. All right, I'm gonna leave the chat alone for a second, man. T.I., man. Leave Tipster alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna go there, man. Funny. Oh, hold up. Shout out to everybody who hit the like button already. But more, you need to hit that like button. Go ahead, hit that like button. Let's go, man. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Ace, stop it. No, he didn't. The men who went to jail said he snitched on him. Yeah, man. And I see you guys talking about the Bleu Davinci situation up in there. And I think, man, this is my take on that. All right. If Bleu Davinci snitched, I think we will never find out about it. We will never know. Yeah, we have people from BMF. You see the picture of Big Cuz right there and all these other cats, right? Different people, and I'm not saying that Big Cuz and the other guy's boss or all those dudes, and like I said, I'm fully invested in the BMF thing, are saying that Bleu Davinci is a snitch. I'm just saying that the guys who have come out to say that they feel like he's a snitch have done a poor job of trying to prove it. You know what I'm saying? They've never come out with any paperwork or anything like that. So at the end of the day, you got to give Bleu Davinci, you got to give him that credit, or you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because until somebody comes out with some black and whites and really proves that Bleu Davinci was telling on people in BMF, it is what it is. Now, BMF, the story, the lore behind them, the organization that we have ingrained in our minds of what happened over years and years of rap songs, Rick Ross to the Jay-Z's to everybody talking about these guys, I don't think that could be tarnished. So when Big Meech comes back, and with his brother Southwest T already home, you'll still be able to buy into that story and love the show and everything involved, right? Now, Bleu Davinci, obviously he had a little issue with the fact that he wasn't involved in the TV show, and maybe that's because of some people around it. Because if we're going to talk about Bleu Davinci, I cannot leave this part out. He mentioned in his Cam Capone interview that somebody who's connected to the TV show is actually an informant. So I don't know if you can hold Bleu Davinci to that same standard.
Bruh.
You feel what I'm saying? So it gets tricky, man, because let's be real. Nobody wants to do all that time. The feds come and say, yo, man, we about to lock this person up. Here, you arrested. Yo, we on our chart, we got you 50 to life.
Bruh.
Nah, bro, I'm not doing 50 to life, dog. Especially if I was just a rapper, dog. No, bro. So at one point, I almost feel for him. Like, yo, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Well, ain't no way in the world I'm about to do 50 to life for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. I'm breaking out of the mold, but dog, ain't no way, bro. I would get my Charleston white on. You know what I'm saying? Forget that, dog. Ain't no way.
Bruh.
And I'm joking, man. I'm joking. If I was in the streets like that, I'd probably have a different sort of mode. But I understand what people would take from that. You feel me? Because, man, let's stop it, man. Because the feds, they don't play. Y'all know the feds don't play. I see y'all in the chat. Y'all know the feds don't play. When they come, they be like, yeah, dog. So on our chart, you're going to be doing 50 to life, 60 years to life. And you're like, hold up, man. I'm already 30. Like, what in the world? I'm supposed to get back on the streets when I'm 90? Nah, bro. What's the other situation that we got going on? You know? And I think that's why we only hear about the good sides of BMF and all the balling, the crazy trips to Mexico and stuff like that. Especially from like the likes of Jeezy and cats like that, and Fabulous, Slim Thug, all those cats. Because, man, think about it, man. They had a time period in Atlanta history that can never be duplicated. Nobody will ever be able to do that again. Not a possibility. Ever. And I salute to that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely give my grand salute to that. But the after effects and people getting arrested or whatnot, I guess it's just going to make for good TV. If 50 Cent is smart, the TV show should run up until this stuff too, man. Like, even after seasons are done where they talk about the Detroit experience, they talk about the Atlantic, or excuse me, they went to Detroit, then they went to LA. The LA experience, the New York experience, the Atlanta experience. Once that is all done, they'll still be able to talk about what's current and what's going on right now. And hopefully, man, at some point they can find a resolution where Bleu Davinci can see where he can talk about his part and really give his perspective of what happened. But according to him, the show already has somebody embedded in it that's working with that worked or cooperated with law enforcement in the past. So it makes it a tricky situation. You know what I mean? Yeah? Actually, there we go. $256 people in the house. I appreciate each and every one of you. You better believe it. But I need each and every one of you to hit that like button as well, man. You know what I mean? And I feel like I was very, very fair and balanced to Bleu Davinci, man, before we get to our other topics. So, let's talk about... let's go here. Let's do this. Let's talk about our Boosie situation before we get to Lil Durk. Even though I know y'all probably...
all them guns in there.
Okay. Now, Boosie has social media going crazy because of a recent live that he did, and people cut this part out, right? Now, Boosie was talking about the fact that he gets paid $40K to sit down on these podcasts. When you see him getting interviewed, that's $40K. Now, I'm to assume that Vlad pays him $40K. All these other podcasts and different things pay him $40K every time he sits down. Now, for those of you who understand the rap game, most rappers get paid and get the money in their pocket, not from their catalog, not from their publishing, but from the shows that they perform. Now, at a show, the prices have been inflated. Let's be real. Rappers today, and I seen Method Man talk about this, and I should have loaded up that clip, but Method Man talked about the fact that, he had I Got You or All I Need or whatever with Mary J. Blige. Number one song I want to say in the country as far as hip hop and R&B, right? He was getting like $5K a show. Then he was getting $10K a show. Then he told his manager dude like, I'm doing a show every night, bump it up to $15K. He was still getting that money. And he said, man, bump it up to $20K or something like that. These cats are coming in the game with a hit record or a hit song. They getting $100K a show, most of them, dog. I'm not lying, dog. A lot of them start off at 35, 45, but it's quick. It goes to $100K, 60K, or excuse me. It's quick. It goes from $100K, almost to $100K. Like in Boosie's spot that he's in, he's independent. So you got to think it's a little different. There's not a big machine pushing him to everybody's face, on every screen, on every social media platform. It's just him and the interest of people that like him. And he still commands $60K a show. Boosie still gets $60K a show. And he wants to forgo that to do more podcast shows, to get that $40K. So let's listen to him talk about this, man.
And that got to lead a club in front of somebody who ain't gonna hurt me. I think y'all should be happy I'm doing podcasts. I'm gonna live longer way doing podcasts. Way more less danger doing podcasts.
His point is correct. Going to a show and doing the chitlin circuit, you know what I'm saying? And I love the chitlin circuit. Don't think that is a derogatory term when it comes to what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm referring to is the fact that you do these clubs in all throughout the South, all through the hoods of, say, even in LA, all the way to the Bay, the hood clubs, all the way back down through Texas, the hood clubs in the big cities, Dallas, Houston. You make your way through Mississippi, Louisiana, all that. You know what I'm saying? Back to Atlanta, Florida, whatever. The chitlin circuit. Everybody understands what that is. And then it goes up to New York, DC, LA, right? You can make a lot of money. Like millions are made by artists who you probably, they have a smidgen of fame. You know what I'm saying? Cats like, and and I'm not dissing Money Man, but like, let's say Money Man, you know what I'm saying? Cats who are independent, sign an empire, but they can run that circuit and be getting like 40 to 50, 60, 70, whatever at night, right? And he's saying, yo, it's not safe. To be real, think about it, man. That is not a safe environment. Like, because you're usually in this hood spot, in this hood club, and it's packed to the brim. People are upset because they squashed in there because the promoter has to make as much money as they can possible, so they don't care about any of that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever else, throw that out the window. We just trying to pack as many people in here as possible because I got to pay Boosie $60K. And he's like, yo, forget all that, man. I'd rather do these podcasts and get this money.
You rather do a show for 60 or podcast for 45? I made that decision the other day. I took the 45 over the 60. The 60, I had to pay for flights, hotels, going to dangerous city. I could sit 45 minutes on the couch and just talk shit. 40-something thousand now, man. That's a blessing, bro. Man, when I can make...
What? Y'all heard that? And I'm going to play it again. And man, let me look at my... I want to look at my the chat. But y'all hear what this man is saying, right? He's like, yo, I can get $40,000 by sitting on the couch and just talking what I talk and telling people how I feel in this game. You know what I'm saying? So why in the world would I put myself in danger going to these clubs, having to book flights? Once I done booked hotels because Boosie's at a certain level. So when he books a hotel or he books a flight, it's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like everybody else. He's got to do the best. Like there's a viral video of Boosie at a club. At a restaurant where he's basically saying, yo, man, like he had to pay the guy to get him a Coke. It was so fancy. So imagine the level of that hotel, bro. Imagine how much that costs. So that comes out of the budget. When he can sit down on a podcast, spit game, talk, tell how he feels because everybody in the world is scared to say how they feel and make money, dog. Like, what? Bruh, I got it, man. I got to give him his props for that. But most people would be like, nah, Boosie, we want to see you in concert. Nah, forget that. Boosie, you doing what you supposed to do.
Make 30, 40,000 to sit on the couch to talk. That's way safer than that club with all them guns and that got to lead the club.
Also, the danger aspect. I talked about the logistics and the money you would spend, right? And the distribution of that money, right? Then you got to worry about, yo, there's somebody in here who wants to rob me. Let's be real. There's somebody in this joint who wants to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? And just because I'm successful, dog, like something in the back of their head, they got that hater gene. You know, I've talked about that several times. There's certain people who ain't got it. Some people do got it. They like, their life was so messed up that they don't want good for you, bruh. Even if they like you, they don't want good for you, which is weird. So he gets to avoid all that by doing a podcast, which is dope.
In front of somebody who ain't gonna hurt me. I think y'all should be happy I'm doing podcasts. I'm gonna live longer way doing podcasts. Way more less
Tell him, Boosie.
danger doing podcasts. Would you rather do a show for 60 or podcast for 45? I made that decision the other day. I took the 45 over the 60. The 60, I had to pay for flights, hotels.
Most people would think he was losing. Like, oh, but you got to remember that Boosie has to move with a team, bruh. He took that. He said, no, I'd rather take the 45 over the 60 because after flights and everything, because, I mean, let's think about it. Even the best hotel, you're only going to spend, maybe $800, $900, $1,500 to the max at night. Got to move with your team. So he still comes out with more money, right? But he's got to feed everybody. So yeah, he probably even busts almost even. So, man, without having to worry about the risk of everything, go with the podcast.
Going to dangerous city. I could sit 45 minutes on the couch and just talk shit. 40-something thousand now, man. That's a blessing, bro. Man, when I can make 30, 40
a blessing is bruh. That's a no-brainer. That's a blessing, bruh. That is a blessing like no other. And bruh, when it comes to Boosie on that, I'm 100% with him. All right, I see y'all in the house today, but make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, because we gonna move on to our next topic, man. So, I mean, in closing, man, I think that Boosie was right, bruh. Regardless, man, if you can find a way that'll avoid any type of hardship in your life or anything like that, roll that way, is what I'm saying, man. Now, with that being said, avoiding hardship in your life, let's get to Ja Morant, man. This is, man,
Bruh.
my head hurts thinking about this, bro. I don't have a son. I don't have any, it ain't like that, but, excuse me. But if I did, I would pull him by his neck. We would have to fight. We would have to tussle. Okay, man, and let me catch some of y'all up. Because, I know a majority, and I look at my analytics and stuff, I know a majority of y'all are purely hip-hop heads, and most of y'all are between the age of 25 and 35, right? Or 25 and 40 or something like that, right? Ja Morant, basketball player, man. Well-known basketball player, amazing basketball player for the Memphis Grizzlies. He has that Allen Iverson appeal, where a lot of the street dudes gravitate to Ja Morant. I don't know if it's because of his style of play. I don't know if it's because of who he professes to be or seems to be. But to be real and to keep it actual factual, Ja Morant is like a lot of the NBA guys, man. They have been through a situation where they were basically pushed into being who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's not a factory. You still have to have a talent that is amazing and not seen in many individuals on earth. I would never doubt the fact that Ja Morant is one of the best basketball players on earth, hands down right now. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the kids who are that come from suburban homes. They don't come from the hood. And that's the big secret that people try to hide and don't talk about. But a lot of the people who end up on your screen as NBA basketball stars, they were fostered into that. There was a whole system to circumvent them through this school, to go to this place, to do that. Now, Ja Morant is a little bit different. He went to Murray State. But the way that he's accepted, or I should say the way that he's behaved since becoming an NBA star, has drawn a lot of ire and scrutiny, because it seems to be that he's associating himself with street cats, essentially moving backwards. Anybody who is about that, come from the turf, know what it is to put it up. They know that, the idea is to get rich and you don't have to deal with hood cats. Not to get rich and hood cats are around you all day or you looking for drama. And Ja Morant recently got into a little bit of a pickle, man. He got into some situations. Now, the biggest problem was the NBA was already locked on the fact that Ja Morant had been associating with and talking to or being around people that they deemed to have bad intentions, right? He's doubled down on that with some activity that you wouldn't expect of a kid who came up from a decent upbringing. Let's be for real, man. You know what I mean? And I really want to be for real on this. Oh, my bad. Before we get to everybody's reaction. Ja Morant grew up in a good family. Dog, they had a basketball court in their backyard. His dad is at every game still to this day. What is up with the Hood Act and all this stuff, dog? It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about exactly what got him in the problem that he's in today. So he posted a video on his social media. That's this right here. So let's play it. My bad. I had to turn the sound off. But he's in the club and he's throwing up hand signs and stuff like that, right? And he flashes a blick. You seen that? He flashed a gun. or allegedly flashed the gun. You know what I'm saying? And this immediately, dog, this is a guy who just signed a $200 million contract. Stop the press. A $200 million contract. Are you serious? Bruh, there should be no gun anywhere around your social media. Your social media is an extension of your brand. And even I know that. As small as my stuff is, right? Your social media is an extension of your brand. So him flashing a blick on social media really messes with his brand, dog. Like, LeBron James has painted the picture of how to conduct yourself and reach that billion-dollar status. Ja Morant is one of the rare people on earth who could actually do that. He's got a Nike contract or a Reebok contract. He's got a shoe contract. He's got sports beverage contracts. People see his raw talent and ability, man. But this craziness, man, like to put that on social media, it's got a lot of people tripping on him today. As you see, he was in the club, shirt off. Now, okay. When I was a youngster, when I was a young cat, you know what I'm saying? And I'm broke, man. I'm old, broke, dusty, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a thing to take your shirt off, have your chain on, and be in the club standing like you a hood dude. You know what I'm saying? It just was, bro. You know what I mean? And today it might be some of the similar. So I don't want to feel like I'm dissing Ja Morant about how he lives his lifestyle and how he portrays himself. But when you put it on your social media platform, you really open yourself up to a lot of scrutiny. Because remember, there was a picture already of him, and people say that he was throwing up neighbor or throwing up a gang sign. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. And with this, some other things have followed. So let's get to what happened recently, right? And this right here, all right? So since then, there was another report of a recent incident involving Ja Morant and his associates. Now, these cats that he's hanging out with obviously mean him no good. Because if you're the money, you're the person who really has money in this situation, you could really change everybody's life. I don't understand why you wouldn't steer him in the right way. Like, why wouldn't you give him good advice? Like, one of my homeboys, I couldn't imagine him having a $200 million contract with the NBA, other millions, possibly to the point where if he plays his cards right, he's going to be a billionaire, and derailing all that just for the sake of being in the club trying to look hood or trying to impress some cats who really ain't got no money, man. So look at this. It says, police report, last summer, Ja Morant and associates in confrontation with mall head of security, no charges filed, source Washington Post. Now, the Washington Post is a legit news organization. They're going to do their just dues. They're going to make sure that any information that they put out there is something that they've researched and they've actually got legitimate information about, right? And that's what got Ja Morant in the situation that he is today. So let's actually, all these things combined. The video, and I want to say this, all these things combined. The video about the gun and this right here. Let me play this right here, right? So it says Grizzly star, and this from the New York Post, right? Another industry standard or decent news organization. Says Grizzly star Ja Morant facing new gun assault accusations. Now, this was just a couple of days ago. It says, the worrying accusations surrounding Ja Morant are growing. And I got to stop right there. Dog, his dad is at every game, dog. I could not understand a world where my son is going off the rails from what he could possibly be, deviating from the plan, and me not putting him in a headlock. I'm going to keep it real.
Bruh.
I am not advocating any type of violence or anything like that, but forget it, dog. We just signed a $200 million contract. We got Powerade. We got the shoe contract. You could be a billionaire at the end of this. I mean, it's basically set up. You're so young and you got all this money so early that it's set up. Plus, the fans love you. Kids love you. Everybody loves your style of play. If you can keep this up, keep shooting like that, it's going to happen for you, right? And to be out here in the club with the blick, the other video with on the boat and stuff, dog. If you don't stop and get your mind back into what you need to be, I'd be tripping, bro. Like,
Bruh.
Yo, call me a lame, call me a goofy. I don't care, dog. Like, for real. Like, y'all can say what you want, dog. At the end of the day, I gotta take care of my family and future generations, and I'm one of the few people on earth that's blessed to be able to do that. So ain't no way I'm gonna mess that up, man. And ain't no way I'm gonna let my son mess that up. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. All right, so let's continue, man. I know I went off on a tangent there for a second. Now, in separate incidents reported to police last summer, the Grizzly star allegedly quarreled with a security guard, and that was the situation we just talked about, in a mall parking lot, and displayed a gun to a teen he had punched in the head during a dispute at his home. Now, this report on its own went kind of viral, man. They was like, yo, Morant punched the teen in the head. Now, we don't know the situation, right? And we don't know exactly what went through that. But why is Morant, let's say he does have a bunch of street dudes around him, why is he the one that's putting hands on somebody? I seen a clip of P. Diddy one time. And it was on MTV. He was walking around giving out money in New York City while everybody was about to go into the club. He ended up getting into it with a security guard, and the security guard called the real police, and his homeboys, this is crazy, P. Diddy's homeboys jumped in front of the police for him, was like, no, take me. I was like, yo, if I'm a billionaire, that's the kind of people I need around me, dog. Because why else are you there? You know what I'm saying? You here to add to the negativity and see me go to jail and blow the money for everybody?
Bruh.
Thank you. Like, what in the world, bruh? So I was like, immediately, red flags, antennas went up, right? Now, the head of security at a Memphis mall told police Morant threatened him during a parking lot altercation during the summer, according to records obtained by the Washington Post. Now, entertainers get sued for frivolous things all the time. Like, all the time, entertainers get sued. But if somebody can place you somewhere and actually have proof of you doing something illegal, that is the worst situation for you if you got a bag, if you got money. Because you're going to eventually have to settle or do something like that. You know what I mean? So, Morant, his homeboys ain't taking care of him, man. Being a good homie ain't all about being willing to throw your hands for somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's being able to keep somebody out of a situation where they got to throw hands. Feel me? Nah, hold up. Well, that's bars. Man.
Bruh.
I'll leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, you got to be able to keep him out of a situation where he can hurt himself or the bag. Because look at LeBron and his homeboys. What they did changed the game. Everybody should follow that format. Want to know why? Because LeBron and his homeboys stuck together all through all of that, bruh. All through all of that. Kevin Hart, too. He's another example. And I really be looking at these cats, dog. Like, and you know what? The cats who do that, and they stay out of trouble, their homeboys try to keep them all together and everything, their team is tight, they end up being the most successful people in the game, bruh.
Bruh.
Dog, and Morant, his homeboys, they might have some internal jealousy, or else they would keep him out of them situations. You know what I'm saying? Now, the story continues by saying he also told officers a member of Morant's group shoved him in the head. No arrests were made in the altercation. So nobody got arrested in that, right? Now, in a separate incident, 4 days later, Morant was accused of punching a 17-year-old boy in the head repeatedly during a pickup game at the 23-year-old's house. Now, okay, you're having a pickup game at your house and you teeing off? Okay. For anybody rich, if you ever watch this video or this clip, please listen to this. You should never be the person teeing off. I'm broke, and I worry about getting sued by anything like that, dog. And I am no street dude. I ain't in the streets. I don't profess to be. For that reason, bruh, I would hate to be sued because somebody is like, yo, dog, he had me over his house and just knocked me out. We got video proof. So now I need half of his NBA contract. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine that?
Bruh.
Now, Morant and a friend hit the teen hard enough to send him to the ground and left him with a large knot on the side of his head, according to deputies who observed the injuries. Now, if we're playing ball and all this happens, all right, this is where I'm going to go off the rails, right? And people are going to disagree. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this. If we're playing ball and things happen, we're playing ball and things happen, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It takes somebody who's a real hooper, and everybody who's a hooper coming up showed up every day to hoop or went on the weekends, put their name on a list and really ran fives, really understand this. Dog, there's been times where you done scuffled with your homeboy who was on the other team because he couldn't get on the list at the time, and it wasn't no thing. You know what I'm saying? That should be left on the court. But you got to realize, if you got money, people are looking for any and every way to sue you. So you just can't have a 5-on-5 at your crib. You just can't have run pickup at your crib. You know what I'm saying? Because anything that you do negative is going to be amplified. And people are going to take that and run with it, man. And I feel like I'm scolding John Morant and his team or something like that. But this should be common knowledge and understanding when you get rich and you get money. Now, John Morant is accused of threatening a security guard and punching a teen during a 4-day span. Whatever, right? What I want to do, man, let's go from this. Let's go from this, man, because a lot of these reports are very one-sided, and they really don't understand, like, pickup ball culture and all that stuff. So I get irritated. I'm gonna be real, man. So I want to talk about something else that was out there, and not that. Actually, let me go here. My bad. My bad. Let me go here. And I want to talk about this. Oop, my bad. Y'all get with me, man, while I work this out. Boom. And hold up. All right. I wasn't going to get into the Charleston White yet. Let's talk about there we go. And while we chilling, man, while y'all got a little bit of break, make sure y'all hit that like button. Okay? I want to talk about this. So, from the backlash, John Morant has now deactivated his accounts, right? You see his Instagram is deactivated. His Twitter is deactivated. Now he can't be on social media because he posted that video on social media, and that's a part of the reason why he's receiving so much scrutiny, right? Now, somebody has actually come out on his behalf to defend John Morant. Even though John Morant himself had to say something to kind of kill all this because he didn't know it was going to blow up as much as it did, you had Paul Pierce, and this is what I was getting to. Can y'all see that? Just so y'all know I ain't capping. Paul Pierce, right there. You had Paul Pierce make a post on social media. Now, man, when it comes to Paul Pierce, I almost have to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? And a lot of it, man, let's talk about what he said. So he says, I don't care what y'all say about Ja. I carried a gun after I was stabbed. Excuse me. I carried a gun after I was stabbed. Y'all don't know what he got or what he going through. Everyone got something to say until you really know what's really going on in someone's life. When you black and rich, you're a target, period. Now, Now, what Paul Pierce said right there is 100% facts. And he's the one who can say that because of this. Paul Pierce went through a vicious stabbing. What's that movie with Samuel L. Jackson where he got stabbed? It was vicious like that. And this is when he went to Boston. Now, think about this. Fast forward several years, he brings Boston a national championship, a world championship with the Celtics. He gets drafted by Boston. He's at the club. He's not even into it with anybody. He ends up getting stabbed just because some dudes are hating on their group, standing at the bar, buying up bottles and drinks for other people. So I understand Paul Pierce's outlook on this. I would never go bad on Paul Pierce because of this. You know what I'm saying? Because what he went through was a extreme hater situation. You had some dudes in Boston. He just got drafted by the Boston Celtics, having an amazing career, doing his thing, right? One of the best players Boston has ever had, right? And he ends up getting hated on. He didn't get into it with anybody, but he gets stabbed so severely by a group of dudes and jumped so severely by a group of jealous dudes that he ends up having he almost lost his life. Like, it was like on the brink. Like, people who weren't alive at the time or don't know about the time, it was a scary situation, man. So his outlook on the situation is, after that, I carried a gun with me everywhere I went. I would never diss anybody who felt like, they were scared, or not even scared, or that they had to protect themselves from each and every situation. So he has a different outlook on this. That's why he's out here saying, I care. That's why he's saying, I carried a gun after I was stabbed. Y'all don't know what people go through. Because essentially, any way you looked at it, man, Paul Pierce, he was a victim in that situation, bro. He didn't do anything to aggravate it. He didn't do anything to provoke it. He just ended up running into some haters that stabbed him, right? But with that being said, and him being the only person to defend Ja Morant, is Ja Morant didn't seem like he was in a situation where he was cornered. He didn't seem like he was in a situation where he needed to defend himself. But him flashing a blick on his social media page doesn't help his branding. And just like Paul Pierce, he never flashed the gun. He might have carried it. He never flashed it. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost a moot point at that, man. So I don't want to discredit what Paul Pierce said because I remember that situation and I understand what he went through. I kind of understand. I couldn't imagine being one of the top draft picks. You in the city, you doing right. You doing everything they spoke. Everybody should love you. And then some haters just run up and just stab you like that viciously. You know what I'm saying? But, man, to be real, it seemed like Ja Morant's situation is just a little different. You feel me? Now, let's get to this, right? So, Ja Morant himself took down his social media posts. Now, Adrian Wojnarowski, he's like the number one person that ESPN or anybody goes to. I believe he's one of the voices of ESPN that talks about like people getting traded, latest news, and he posted this statement by Ja Morant. Now, Ja Morant said, "I take full responsibility for my actions. Last night, I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting you down." Now, plain and simple, he's letting it be known that he's taking accountability for what he did by flashing that gun, by the activities that he's allegedly being involved in, and probably trying to quench this, bruh, because this is a media firestorm and a snowball that has gone way too far, man. Like, and I hate to do this. I keep going back to the point, like, Ja Morant, his dad is at every game, bro. Like, what is going on here, bro? Like, dude is an amazing athlete with a lot of potential, and it still seems like a situation where he could avoid all of this, like any of this, any and all of this. Let's do that, right? So, man, with him shutting down and actually making an official statement, I get it, man. But with that being said, there could be no national story or anything going on in hip hop media without one person actually going out there and saying they're just dudes. Now that one person is obviously Charleston White. So Charleston White had his take on the situation according to a lot of the reports out there, a lot of the blogs. And Charleston White said this. Hopefully I can reset the video, but it says this in this post, right? Hopefully you guys see that. It says Charleston White has a message for Ja Morant. Come back over here where we call the police.
Bruh.
The wrong sound effect. Hold up.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to be real, man. In media, okay, I'll say this, man. You know, it's the rise of a lot of different groups, right? And a lot of the things that I see, and I'm an observer, it's like a good kids protecting the good kids type deal, right? Protecting the good guys type deal, right? And when you have a kid who grows up in a suburban home with a good family, and now he's acting out, lashing out, it's upon the community to reel him back in. It's upon everybody to say, hey, that ain't you. That ain't who you supposed to be. Get back on course. And for that reason, I can respect a Charleston White, man. Let's go.
Bruh.
Wrong sound effect. Because let's be real, Ja Morant is still super duper young. And he's prone to lose his way. You know what I'm saying? But he's got to find his way back to where he's supposed to be. And that could be corrected in just 2 or 3 short months. This could be a blip in the story of Ja Morant. Remember, LeBron James, he had his little hiccups and bumps in the road. It wasn't to this level, but Ja Morant, it's not beyond reproach. You feel me? It's not beyond redemption, I should say. And when Charleston White says something, you know, it's not gospel, but yeah, or grained in salt. My bad for saying gospel, but grained in salt. You know what I mean? But dude, sometimes it hits on the head, man. So let's talk about it.
You talking about? I'm telling you, boys and girls, on phone them, stay out of that shit. Come back over here where we call the police on you talking about? I'm telling you, boys and girls, on phone them, stay out of that shit. Come back over here where we call the police on you.
Yes, man. And I don't agree wholeheartedly with what he said. Like all that calling police stuff and all that. I'm a different type of dude. You know what I'm saying? I agree, man. If you're a law-abiding citizen, you should call the police. You should use the legal system to squash things and stuff like that, right? He says things in a comedic way that could be taken and really digested by his fans and people like that as solid fact and what people should really do and think about in the long run, right? In the simplest way, what he's saying about Ja Morant is basically, dog, you don't have to play gangster. You already made it, bro. Nobody's going to take any points away from you from being just a good kid. Nobody's going to take any points away from you for being a good person, a good citizen, good to people out there, dog. So if you project that, all you're going to receive are good things back to you, man. Yeah, we get caught up in, street this, people do that. It's interesting. We love it, man. It's great to see. But a lot of those people don't turn out the best. They don't end up in the best situations, and they really aren't the best people. You feel me? You have an opportunity to do it the right way and do your thing, so do your thing. God dang, man. And I understand, man, the lure of the street life has gotten a lot of people off their purpose. Gotten a lot of people off their square, got a lot of people off their anchor, but you ain't got to be that, man. And that's the message I take from that. When he's throwing up the little whatever he's throwing up, you don't have to be that, dog. It's perfectly fine to be a regular citizen and call the police on people. Something happened, you call the police. That's perfectly fine, bro.
You talking about? I'm telling you, boys and girls, on phone them, stay out of that shit. Come back over here where we call the police on you talking about? I'm telling you.
Nah, for real, man. For real, man. For real. Like, Forget all that mess, bro. Like, in all honesty, forget all that mess. You know what I'm saying? Dog, if you have an opportunity to make it out the rap game or do whatever you want to do, my bad, dog. Let me go back. Yeah. If you have an opportunity to make it out the rap game or to make it out in sports, limit your circle, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. And that's what I take from this Charleston White post. Like, yo, it's all right to tell people like, yo, dog, I'm not getting into that. We keep that away from me, dog. I'm on this bag chase. I'm trying to get this bag. But man, let's actually talk about, and let's move on to something else involving the same story, right? And I want y'all to check this out. And that's not. Let's do this. Oop. Hopefully you guys can see that, right? Says Stephen A. warns Ja Morant. Let's see. Stephen A. Smith warns Ja Morant NBA has FBI connections that know how you're acting at all times. This is a good thing. To be perfectly honest, Ja Morant, anybody in his team, they should think about this, dog. Like, the NBA invests so much in just one athlete or any athletes or in a franchise, right? That, yo, you think that they wouldn't have anybody on the payroll that we know for a fact. Like, Carmelo Anthony already said this. He already blew this up. He already said, yeah, the NBA, they have like private investigators, FBI or whatever, that follow you and watch you everywhere you go. Dog, everybody knows this, right? Like, you should know this. And Stephen A. Smith is just warning Ja Morant that, dog, you think you out here with your crew, y'all doing y'all thing, and ain't nobody watching you. Bruh, you are an investment to the league. You're the future of the league. They're watching you, bruh. The FBI is definitely watching you, bruh. And the league is definitely watching you because they got to make sure that they watch their investment. Like, and I hate to talk about a human being like an investment, but let's be real. When you're a high caliber athlete like LeBron James or Ja Morant, who else? I don't want to talk about the dead, but Steph Curry. There we go. Klay Thompson. Dog, they're gonna watch you. They want to make sure that you stay out of trouble. They want to make sure that people, fans, because the NBA is a family experience. People show up, they bring their kids to watch the game. They want to know that you're not into anything crazy, man. And I think that's basically what Stephen A. Smith was saying here. But we're gonna look at the story a little bit. It says the suspension of Ja Morant received for appearing to brandish a gun while on Instagram Live took over the NBA world this weekend and prompted a warning from Stephen A. Smith. Now it says the ESPN pundit said Saturday before the broadcast of a game between the Milwaukee Bucks and Philadelphia 76ers, he saw the parallels between what's happening with the Memphis Grizzlies star and what Allen Iverson went through during the first part of his career. And what's crazy is I didn't even read this. Like, I like to do these reactions live. I thought about Allen Iverson and his story immediately when the Ja Morant situation started to materialize and come to light. Because there was a lot of rumors about Allen Iverson when he was in the game. Meaning meaning NBA, right? There was a lot said about Allen Iverson. And I lived outside of Philadelphia around the time, like, after his career had already ended, right? Like, long after his career had already ended. And people were still telling details about Allen Iverson back then. Like, they were telling stories. It was like he was a local hero type deal. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had an Allen Iverson story, right? And what's crazy about it is I feel the same way about Ja Morant. I feel like a lot of this stuff that's going on with him is like similar to what happened with AI. You know what I'm saying? Except AI, as far as I know, never got really locked up or anything like that. And John Morant is looking at a situation where he could potentially be sued. And we'll see how it plays out. Now, Smith then launched into a warning for Morant, making sure the superstar point guard remembered his standing among others in the NBA and how the league knows what's going on, whether he posts on social media or not. True to this, man. Hopefully he understands the fact that the NBA knows that, dog, what does it cost us to have one agent or two agents follow you when you're one of the hottest one of the hottest NBA players in the league? That's nothing to them. They deal in the fractions of billions. Having somebody paid a couple of $1,100 or whatever is nothing to them to make sure that you perform and don't do anything crazy, bro. So in quotes, he said this. He said, "You're a superstar. You're 23 years old." Man, John Morant is young, man. You're 23 years old. You got a deal that kicks in next year that could exceed $231 million over the next 5 years. And on this show on national television, there's you associated with police. Smith said, "Think about that for a second and then ask yourself, is it really worth it?" You know the answer to that, bro. It's not worth it. And I take this as, and I don't always agree with Stephen A. Smith. I take this as good advice, bro. I'm mad his dad is at every game. Like, they show him on the screen, bro. Like, dog, stop with the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop with the craziness, right? And Stephen A. Smith is saying, yo, it's not worth it to keep it down this same path. It's time to start cutting cats off. I don't care. Everybody got that hood cousin. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that one dude in their family that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, yo, you want to hold on to. He's fun to be around. But if he's bringing problems to your life and not bringing any solutions, like let's go back to the LeBron James situation. How's LeBron James able to take all his homeboys, give them a purpose in his business, and now they're all rich? He's a billionaire. They're all rich. And you on some hood stuff with your homeboys. I understand there's an age difference there. You're 23, but it took him putting that plan into motion early, bro. So he needs this. I just think he needs this. Now, in quotes also, he said, "You're a superstar basketball player. You represent your organization." You represent your organization. You represent your family. You represent your city. You got to be mindful of all that. It's never off. And so many times we don't tell these players this. The NBA has off-duty police officers. They got connections with the FBI. They got connections with everybody. The NBA knows what you're doing. They know who you're doing it with. They know where you are. They know how you conduct yourself at all times. And let's be real. What business wouldn't? Like, it is nothing to hire a private investigator or people like that, bro, to watch your star player, or to hire the FBI or whoever. We know that things work in a capitalistic society, so that way you make more money. The end result is making more profit. You feel what I'm saying? So Stephen A. Smith saying this is probably spot on. Let's be real. Oh, yeah, and shout out to everybody who hit that like button. Everybody else, make sure you hit that like button now, man. Make sure you run them likes up. Let's go. And I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with this, man. I think maybe, and to be real, this is probably just a bump in the road for John Morant, right? I don't think that when it comes to John Morant, that anything is over. He's so early in his career. He's still got the skills. Like, he's got years and years of having that athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, 23 years old, maybe it's just a learning lesson. And maybe we should treat it as such. And hopefully he gets the memo early. And I think, man, and this is what I like. This is what I like about, hold up, let me pull this picture back up. My bad. This is what I like about what Stephen A. Smith and these other brothers are doing, dog. They're not trashing Ja Morant to the point where he's unredeemable or they think he's a lost cause. Everybody understands that because of his age and everything like that, he's a grown man, so he still has to be accountable for things, so don't get me wrong. But at his age, they see that, yo, this is just a road that maybe he's trying to make himself seem hard or whatever, but it's time to reel him back in. Let's get back on course. Let's do things correctly, precisely, and let's get this bag and let's get this money. You know what I'm saying? And then no harm, no foul. You can be friendly, dog. You can be friendly and be an NBA player. You can be friendly and be a business owner. You can be friendly and be somebody who's successful in life, man. To be honest, those people who with their face grumped up and really ain't about their business, you know what I'm saying? Dog, it always catches up to them in the end. So don't even sweat it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, don't sweat it, man. And I like the way that they're handling this. And I like the fact that Paul Pierce spoke out on his behalf. But the way that he flashed the gun or whatever, it's just a little different, man. And hopefully Ja Morant, he gets back to where he's elevating and doing good in the NBA. Because I don't think it's a player thing, I don't think it's a thing about him being able to play, right? All right, man, so let's move on. Let's move on. We spent a lot of time talking about Ja Morant. And what I want to do is actually talk about some new topics, man. And I'm talking about some crazy, crazy stuff going on out here. All right, so this might be one of the craziest situations. And my bad. Why do I keep turning on there? This right here, man. And hopefully you guys can read that. It says Lakeland. My bad. It says Lakeland, self-proclaimed rapper, arrested for murder, made music video about deadly shooting, sheriff. So basically a rapper in Lakeland, Florida is accused of making a music video about a deadly shooting. So let's look at a little bit of this news story, right?
When I was injured in a car crash, I wasn't sure where to turn. Then a friend referred me to Keith Lagori, and I was so happy.
All right, so we're going to leave that ad off or whatever, man. But what's crazy is this rapper. There we go.
Things seem to go hand in hand, and investigators say that dangerous combination ended in death again. They say a gang member shot and killed the member of a rival gang and then wrote a rap song about it. Fox 13's Ken Suarez is live at the Polk Sheriff's Office with more on what happened. Bring us up to speed, Ken.
Now, for those of you who didn't catch that, a rapper allegedly shot somebody. A Lakeland, Florida rapper shot somebody and then wrote a rap song about how he shot him.
Bruh.
Craziness.
Pretty amazing stuff tonight. Here's the way the whole thing went down. You have one guy who has an argument with a second guy, both rival gang members. Don't know what that argument was about, but we do know that the first guy pulls out a gun. Second guy turns around, goes to run away, and gets shot in the back. You would think that would be the size of it. No. First guy decides he's going to write a rap song about it, put him on blast so that everybody in the world knows exactly what happened.
Bruh.
Are you serious, bro? All right. Is this where we at? In the rap game, dog? This is ridiculous. Let's go.
This is Ladarian Chandler. Ladarian is 19 years of age. He's a self-proclaimed rapper.
And a gang member now charged with the first-degree murder of rival gang member John Bang Bang McGee, a felon. Back in December, detectives say Chandler, armed as usual, began to argue with McGee.
I call it...
Okay, so there's a guy by the name of Bang Bang McGee, right? And he runs into this cat Chandler, right? And they have an argument in the street. And the Bang Bang McGee guy turns his back and walks away. And the Chandler dude allegedly shoots him, man. Like, straight up, bro.
Bruh.
It's savage in them streets. John Morant, are you listening, dog? This ain't what you want, bruh. Like, nothing. Let's go.
A testosterone overload.
The sheriff called it a testosterone overload. Now, this Polk County sheriff has been in the news a lot lately, talking about a lot of these different stories and whatnot, but he called it a testosterone overload. And man, I would be lying if I didn't admit to the fact that, dog, a lot of dudes go through this, dog. Like, a lot of dudes have a situation where, they're into it with somebody, you're beefing back and forth, and things get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? That's not crazy, because no dude want to feel like he's losing to another dude he doesn't know, or he's taking an L, right? But in this situation, dude was walking away. At a certain point, like, dog, maybe you didn't win the argument. Maybe he's walking away. But once somebody's walking away, everybody wins. Let's go.
He was mean mugging. He was bad eyeing.
Chandler was on home turf on Pirates Way in the Secret Cove subdivision of Polk County.
Look at them houses. My LA people, man, especially my Watts folks, anybody from Atlanta, anywhere. Dog, look at those houses. What hood is that? Like, come on, man. Everybody in there, people probably got nice lives, nice houses, or decent houses. Like, you don't have to be doing this, bro. Like, okay.
When the tensions got to a boiling point, McGee turned and ran and was shot in the back. A moment forever captured in a rap song that Chandler wrote and posted on his social media.
He not only makes him a rap video about shooting somebody, he admits shooting the guy in the back.
Did you see the little move that the sheriff did? He was like, he didn't even make it. He was like,
Bruh.
He said he was trying to emulate what he thought a rapper would do. He was like, he didn't just make a rap song about shooting somebody. You know, he just basically, this is the dumbest stuff in the world, dog. Like, if you really shot somebody in a certain way, you need to be moving definitely different than that, strategically. Like, moving out of state, going somewhere else, trying to get out of the country maybe, because today you going to get caught. Like, please remember this. Kids, do not do crime. You will get caught today. This is not the 1980s. This is not the 1990s. This is not the early 2000s. There is a camera looking at most cameras. There are different, I don't want to name that, device. There's devices that are tracking each and every one of your text messages, your movements, the relation between phone to phone. Dog, it's so much going on right now, bruh. Like, you would be a fool, you know what I mean, to think that you're going to get away with a crime. It's not going to happen no more.
I'm a coward rapper. That's what I am.
McGee died a few weeks later. Detectives say neither he nor Chandler were angels. Chandler was arrested for the first time when he was just 11 years old. Then again at 13, 14, 15, 17. And on probation when he shot McGee, who had just gotten out of prison a few months before he was killed. This is just the latest gang violence in Polk. 11 people were shot in Lakeland in a drive-by recently. 2 young girls shot in Lakeland.
Now, what's crazy is I've heard about Lakeland, Florida a lot, man. And this is just through the years. I didn't heard a bunch of crazy stuff about Lakeland, you know what I'm saying? So it looks like, man, they got a thing going on where a lot of people are just out there wilding.
Lake Wales as they slept in their beds. And less than a week ago, a gang shootout in Poinciana that left 1 shooter dead and 2 people critically injured. Now the sheriff has a warning for all gang members. Look at what just happened to Chandler.
This guy thought he was going to be you, or you're going to be him, and now he's going to...
Now, the fact that dude was only 19 years old, to be real with you, and the fact that he thought he would actually skate after he had just got out is crazy to me, man. Like, I know they were in opposite gangs or whatnot, and it is what it is in the streets in them situations. But, bruh, at what point do you say, yo, dog, yeah, you from a different set. I don't rock with you, but I ain't about to throw my life away for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not. Like, forget that.
Prison for the rest of his life.
As you may know, at this point, Polk just launched an anti-gang task force, and it's going to include different representatives from the FDLE, the
Anti-gang task force, listen up.
FBI, and every single police department in Polk County. So just by looking at this and what's happened over the last couple of weeks, it looks like they have a whole lot of work, unfortunately, ahead. Linda?
Ken Suarez reporting live for us. Thanks.
So y'all heard the story right there, man. Sad situation. This guy, man, this guy right here, LaDarian Chandler, ended up shooting a rival gang member.
Cookie prices keep going up. WeatherTight windows can help you save on your...
LaDarian Chandler ended up shooting a rival gang member, man. And now it looks like he's going to end up spending the rest of his life in jail, man. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Bruh.
All right, man. So with that, man, and the crazy part about this, and before we move on, dude dropped a rap song, bro. Like a legit rap song about the situation. Pictures with him with a blick in his hand. Tripping, bro. Like, even through the old rules or whatever, ways that people in crime used to carry themselves, if you were actively involved in a crime, you would not be posting pictures out there about yourself like that, bro. That's tripping. Tripping, definitely, man. But, man, y'all tell me what y'all think about the comments for those of you who see this later. But we going to roll into another story that's almost the same, dog. So there's a guy named Lil G. And he is a part of the SOB RBE rappers, you know what I'm saying, or rap group. And they got a lot of attention. And I first noticed them or got attention about them or talked about them or whatever, man, back when they were on No Jumper, right? Now, it looks like he received a 21-year sentence over a fatal shooting. 21 years. You see him in this picture right here, right? See the Courvoisier in the bag. You see the Def Jam recordings in the bag. You see the fact that he was about to make it in the rap game in the back, bruh. But based on some stupid situations,
Bruh.
he's going to be spending possibly the next 21 years in jail. 21 years, bruh. I ain't trying to do 21 years. Man, what? All right, so let's get to the story. Now, the story starts off. It says, though he managed to dodge a murder charge, Lil G is likely to spend years behind bars. The former SOB RBE rapper will receive a 21-year prison sentence for his role in the death of Rasheed Flowers, a 26-year-old man who was fatally shot in 2019. Lil G, legal name George Harris, was arrested shortly after the killing and subsequently charged with first-degree murder. First-degree murder. Like, off the rip, he got a first-degree murder charge. However, Lil G's charge was reduced on Thursday after he agreed to plead no contest to voluntary manslaughter. Lil G's attorney confirmed to Complex that his client will receive a 21-year sentence at a hearing that's scheduled on May 22nd in Fairfield, California. So he's looking, in order to, just so y'all understand, in order for him to avoid a first-degree murder charge, he had to plead to voluntary manslaughter, and he's looking at a 21-year sentence. Dog, 21 years? Now, he hasn't been sentenced according to that case. I mean, according to the story. But even having to face a 21-year sentence, dog, that's crazy. Now, according to the reporter, the rapper's plea deal helped him avoid a possible life sentence, as well as gun-related charges stemming from a previous felony conviction. So he was a prior felon. Lil G has remained locked up since September 2019, about 2 months after Flowers was shot in Fairfield in a Fairfield home. Authorities said 3 uncooperative witnesses transferred Flowers to the hospital and told staffers that the man had been shot at Cordelia Park. So it looks like, man, this has been hanging in the limb for Lil G since 2019. You know what I'm saying? Now, prosecutors said Lil G, Flowers, and others were at the residence for a music video shoot, which was put on pause for an unspecified dice game. Lil G and Flowers reportedly partook in the gambling before an altercation ensued. Dog, don't nothing positive come from a dice game. I swear to God.
Bruh.
Stop shooting dice. If I'm out somewhere and I see somebody pull out some dice and some cats start to gather around the dice, I'm leaving and never coming back, dog. Nothing comes positive from a dice game. Now, Lil G and Flowers reportedly partook in the gambling before an altercation ensued. As the situation escalated, the rapper allegedly opened fire on Flowers in the home's garage. So it looks like they were probably arguing over the dice game. They were upset at each other about somebody getting some money or something like that. And they're saying that Lil G opened fire. The rapper allegedly opened fire on the victim. You know what I'm saying? Now, Lil G had pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. The Vallejo rapper was the founding member of the SOBRBE hip-hop collective. About 2 years after forming the group, Lil G inked a solo deal with Def Jam Records. Excuse me. So basically saying that Lil G had inked his own solo deal after the group had blew up with Def Jam. So him being with Def Jam would have saw him possibly getting a major push no matter what. Okay, even those rappers who don't see that Lil Baby fame, that Lil Durk fame, that Drake fame, when you have a machine like Def Jam behind you with the history that it has, he probably would have ended up all right, man. But the fact that he want to shoot somebody over a dice game got him cashing out early, man.
Bruh.
It always reminds me of that episode of the Wu-Tang show that they have on Hulu, where they're playing a game and they show how many mistakes you can make to cash out early or to crash out early. And really, cats don't think about this, that you're in a competition with people who would rather see you fail than succeed. And Lil G in this situation seems like he cashed out in the wrong chips. You know what I'm saying? Now with that, man, hold up. Before we get up out of here, I want to do one last thing, man. Now, recently I dropped a video about Sauce Walka, right? Now, Sauce Walka had been in a situation where he got arrested. Oh yeah, and shout out to The Source. The Source magazine, y'all posted my video and everything, man. That's what's up. Big love to The Source. Now, Sauce Walka posted a video after getting bonded out from jail, and I want to play that just so you guys can see what he says about the situation.
I'm going to jail. But yeah, know what I'm saying? Like this here, he opened up the door. It's Mayback something on the floor. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the real niggas that's locked up in Miami jail because that hoe suck. Know what I'm saying? What's up? It's time to go. I told him it's time to go. Let's go. Hey man, look man, Sauce Walka man, they took me to jail for an old warrant. I'm outside of the Turner Guilford Night Jail.
With all that shit on.
With all this shit on, know what I'm saying? This how we get out.
This how we get out. Icy.
This how we get out. Maybach's back to back. Maybach back to back. I don't even got my other jail band on. I lost it. Yeah. Yeah, man, this how we pull up on the police in jail, man, like this here real player, like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you see this shit? Yeah, you see this shit? There's some player shit going on.
All right, so you see Sauce Walka basically flexing his Maybach, man. Letting people know that even though he got locked up, it was for an old warrant, and he's back on the streets doing what he does, right? Now, some of y'all know that I follow Sauce Walka. I've dropped many videos about him, and even in the video where I talked about him being arrested, I still talked about the fact that, yo, it looks like it was a minor blip in the radar. And that's basically the focus of what's going down here. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Sauce Walka was in a situation where he was done or it was over for him. But what's crazy about it is Sauce Walka is obviously back on the streets doing his thing, right? Now with that, hold up. Let me see who we got in the chat right now. See my folks. All right. And we're going to do this. All right. Now with that, this been your boy Big Man. Now, hopefully you enjoyed this, man. You know we don't go live much. And when we do, man, it be these long lives like this. Now, do me a favor. On your way out, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.